Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome back. It's your friendly neighborhood menace, and we're going to check out the TRANTIFA fight between Officer Tatum and a whole mob of soy-infused individuals that haven't had red meat in probably years. And it's like a mob of 20 people that probably weigh all together in the group, maybe like 200 pounds. And he takes them all on by himself. And then Charlie Kirk responds because the cops didn't do shit. And Charlie Kirk called out Gavin Newsom because Gavin Newsom wants to be all buddy-buddy with him now. And now he's holding his feet to the fire. We'll see if anything happens. And this happened at UC Davis in California.
Describe what happened at UC Davis. First of all, I want to say how disappointed I am at the police department's response to these things that happened at UC Davis. And I love the police, and y'all know I love the police, and I support them. And I think as individual cops there, they were good people. But somehow they have directives that they are not to engage with these people whatsoever. I'm just going to lay it out for you, and then we're going to play the video. They literally, we had an event. They only had a few cops there. They literally watched this Antifa-style group with masks on, dressed in all black, chanting and screaming, come up to Turning Point's booth, tear everything up. They hitting people, they throwing stuff on people, they're trying to damage the cameras, they're doing all kinds of crazy stuff. The cops and the administrators are watching this. And then I come to campus. I came after the first time it got crazy. And I'm talking to them and I'm saying, hey, my guys here are saying they got assaulted a minute ago. Are you guys going to protect us? Are you guys able to protect us? And we could not get a real answer. And protecting us to the police department meant they just going to...
What are they even there for? What are they there for? I don't understand. Why even be there? Just leave. You're not doing your job. And that's how it is in California. These woke-tards have infiltrated every form of government. And honestly, I don't like to see people fired, but if you have a job and your job is to protect and serve, and people are being assaulted right in front of you, being robbed right in front of you, and you just stand there, you don't do anything, you aren't fit for being a cop. You're not fit for it. It's just plain and simple. You shouldn't be a cop. Go work at a desk somewhere, dude. You're not fit for this. You're not built for this life.
Up cops. And I asked them, in all truth and all honesty, so the cops can't get mad at me or nothing. I said, if they come back, are you guys going to use force? Because you standing here and letting them beat everybody up, which we know they ain't. Y'all know, man, I told you I'm not playing. Are y'all going to use force, pepper spray, anything? He said, no, we're not going to do any of that. We'll shut the event down and we'll escort you guys out. And I said, listen, sir. Pathetic. If they come to this booth, I'm going to protect these people that are at the booth. I'm not going to let them come in here and just beat people up. Are we on the same page? But I want y'all to watch the video because if you missed it, this is the craziness that was happening. Is this the collage one? The one with most of them, or this is the first one? The compilation. I said collage, compilation. So this will get a little, and I'll walk you through the context of what you're looking at because it's not very clear if you wasn't there, but what I'm looking at now, if it plays from here, this is the second time this group of nut jobs showed up on campus and they hit this lady in the head. The one that's right here. We got a video of them coming and hitting her in the back of the head in front of the cops. And then you're going to see me walk over to the cops and be like, bro, they just hit her in the head. And y'all not going to do anything? And then I had to step up because the women were there and I didn't know if they were going to come and try to beat the women up. And
these people don't care.
We'll see. He wrote
There's no androgynous difference between a man and a woman, so they'll attack a woman just as fast as they'll attack a man because men are women to them and women are men to them. But that person already got hit in red. There it is right there.
Get in there.
Bro, look at that. They just roll up and steal everything.
Bro. This is the second time they came to campus. And they watched them walk up after they had already done what you finna see in a minute. And then they did all this, hit that lady in the head, and they don't pursue not one of these people. They don't go after the weakest one. They don't even give commands or they did absolutely nothing.
You're not built for this.
50-year-old men are gonna hate this. Forge is having the worst sale ever just today. They've gone completely insane.
Roll the clip. They just walking.
What the fuck is
They let them take all of our property.
They just sit there and steal all their shit.
Hey!
One guy.
This is what they did before I got
stands
there.
up.
I literally was on the phone with the Turning Point guy, and I said, "Hey man, where y'all at on campus? Because we can't drive up. I'm gonna just have to get out and walk." And he like, "Hey, the protesters, they're attacking us." And he hung up in my face. I'm like, "That's weird. I guess the protest's finna be good today." I didn't realize they did all this. Roll the clip.
Hey!
Look at this shit.
Hey!
Look at this.
Wow!
Look at this high-calorie person. Never kicked anything in its them's Looney Tunes entire life. High-calorie individual can barely even lift his fat leg, and wow.
Look at it.
Hey, get the cops here! Get the
Look
cops!
at that. Did you see that weak soy-infused kick?
Look at him.
A-cab. Right in front of the cop's face.
Look, throwing stuff at people.
Look, probably throwing rocks. Look at this. You hear that? There's only one thought process allowed at that university. If you disagree with what they think, you're not allowed there. Fascist. Straight up fascist. Look at this.
Look, what are they doing to that man? All right, hold on. Pause it. Because y'all finna see me in action again. First of all, just so y'all know, these were the weakest. I can smell the soy powder on these fools.
Yeah.
They weak, incel, non-binaries. The weakest people on earth. Honest to God truth, if they had decided to become physical, I could have knocked out 6 of them easy. One by one. But they weren't throwing punches at me. So I'm just pushing them out of the way. Get out of the way. Get away from us. Because they came in there and they destroyed property and they stole all our stuff. So here's another view of me where I'm talking to the cop. I said, they just punched the girl in the face. Are y'all going to do anything?
Nah.
And as you can see, the young lady started walking back towards the crowd. So I walked with her. Off camera, I tried to push them away from our stuff because they were going to steal it all. And 4 of them fell down like little cowards. And then the one non-binary, trinary, or whatever it is, with the bike was talking crazy and being threatening. And I just had to, let them know that soul will come out of you. You mess around with the wrong people. Roll the clip.
Dude, look at that.
See, that's when I hit the whole crowd of them. And then that little one was talking crazy.
We're flying.
Man, you better get your weight up, bro. Go back. Look at that part. Just go. You better get that. I put that T-force on.
The dog's
Man,
like,
you better get your weight up. Then they started trying to talk. Look, they should point a finger at me. Man, get back.
It's just soy infused ass back.
All right.
Okay, so now we're going to check out Charlie's response. And since he's the founder of TPUSA, and that's who was sponsoring that little college get together, whatever those things are called that they do. And he's already called out Gavin Newsom for this. And him and Gavin are supposedly buddies now. Let's see if Gavin responds.
Directed at Turning Point USA and their group on the campus of UC Davis. Here with more, Turning Point USA founder, CEO Charlie Kirk. It's interesting, we were texting, about a week ago? And I kept saying, you know, it takes a lot of courage for you and your group and these young kids to be setting up in these hostile environments on college campuses. And, you know, lo and behold, it's not the first time it's happened, but we'll show the video as you're speaking. Tell us everything that went on.
Yeah, it's shocking stuff, and it's a pattern now. We're seeing this happening on more and more campuses. So at the University of California, Davis, our brave Turning Point USA chapter was set to host Brandon Tatum as a Prove Me Wrong event. Goes up, sets a table. Anyone can go and have free speech and dialogue if they disagree. Antifa showed up, full masked, black outfits. They came in, took our gear, destroyed our tables, basically made the students had to flee, and the police did nothing to intervene, nothing whatsoever. Our courageous students had such resolve and fortitude that after this incident happened, they regathered and tried to do the event still about an hour later, but it wasn't the same, of course. This is after one of our Turning Point USA students at University of Texas, Dallas, had a bike lock thrown at her and actually had to be hospitalized for this treatment. Sean, we are seeing a disturbing pattern from the radical left, and we have data to now support it. According to the National Contagion Research Institute, 48% of left of center respondents say that it's justified to murder Elon Musk. 53% say that it would be justified to murder President Donald Trump. There are ballot measures in California that are being measured by far left activists that are being named, I should say, after Luigi Maggioni. We have to take a step back here and ask our question, what's really going on here? There's a deeper thing than just political disagreement. If you are on the front lines like our Turning Point USA students, you are potentially putting your safety, your well-being, and God forbid, your life in jeopardy for simply being a conservative on a college campus.
All right, so in this case, nobody was arrested. The idiot chancellor at UC Davis was only, quote, disappointed and embarrassed. You've got all this videotape evidence. We can identify, I'm sure you'd be able to hire a private eye, somebody, to identify who these people are. There are some of them without masks on that are getting violent. Why not identify them? Why not find out who they are? And why not file charges against them?
Well, two thoughts. Number one, if Gavin Newsom really wants to make good on his moderate appeal after I sat down with him on a podcast, hey, Governor Newsom, how about you step up and do something about the fact that conservative students are being targeted at one of your state-funded universities? Oh, I have, and I'm waiting to hear back. Governor, are you going to do something about this?
Don't hold your breath.
It's an open request now in front of millions of people. I know. But hey, now it's time for action, not just him saying that he wants to try to hear from the other side. And secondly, I'm more hopeful and optimistic, though, that the Department of Education, Linda McMahon, is now going to put federal funding in jeopardy from UC Davis. The chancellor says, well, we're going to do an investigation. There's no investigation. We need arrests, and we need the public identities of these people that think that you can go wear black bloc. Yes, exactly.
Watch the videotape.
This has no place on American college campuses. Exactly.
It has no.
So Gavin Newsom, he can't do anything now because after he did his interview with Charlie Kirk, the left turned on him. The left went completely nuts and turned on him. So if he was to do anything for Charlie Kirk after this, which they'll demonize Gavin Newsom just for helping him, even though they were clearly attacked. It's on camera. They were attacked by a bunch of wild animals, a bunch of Trantifa exposed, and, you know, nothing will be done. But at least he's calling them out, man. So hopefully something will happen. All right, Modern Menace, I'm out. Let me know what you think. Should Trantifa get arrested, or should Trantifa just be allowed to keep doing Looney Tunes stuff? Peace.